the intersection of entertainment, life hacks, fitness, and what's trending in the 315. This is the Kobecast.
I've been on these guys for a while now on social media. They literally do it all. They do music, they do graphics, they do clothing. They are like a one-stop shop. Villanco, my guests. Not one, not two, not three. 4 dudes going to be up in this podcast. It starts right now. All right, time for Kobecast 11. Let's make some noise, everybody.
Oh yeah. Villanco, at Villanco.
I thought I was going to be the only guy clapping.
Oh, nah.
There's nothing worse than you're trying to get people hyped up and you're the only guy clapping. It's Kobe alone in the studio. I'm not alone. We got the boys from Villanco in the house. Give yourselves an introduction because I can't remember my own name half the time, let alone 4 people.
So I'm Kyrie Gale. I go by at that Villain Kid on Instagram. I'm the most creator and beat maker for the Villanco. And
I'm Zaire Gale. I go by Left Prism on Instagram. I make music, I make art, and I make some of the beats that we use on our projects.
You got Kyle Gale right here. I go by Gale the Villain on Instagram. Songwriter and singer, vocalist. You already know.
is that right?
This is Dante Adams. I go by at Yo Don Man on Instagram, and I'm a rapper for Villanco.
Nice. So you 3 are related. Are you all brothers or cousins?
Yeah.
Or
Brothers.
Yeah. Man, so who was the first one that got into this whole thing?
Man, it started with this kid over here. He got his little guitar and Christmas, 10 years ago? Made a song one day. Nobody knew that he would even be able to sing. Just play us something. We got you this guitar, and this dude just out of nowhere breaks out this song. We recorded it. It's called, what was it, Criminal Lovers? This kid is literally 10, 10, 12 years old. They're where did this come from? There's still video footage of this too. This is absolutely crazy. But from then we started to realize, we were all super artsy. I was always the drawing kid and stuff, and we were all just really just trying to find our way for a really long time. And then once he had that, it was more or less once I saw that, it was whoa. Everyone was what can you do? I'm I draw, that type of thing. But later down the line, through our own different paths, we started to find our way back to each other. I left college a little bit later, and as soon as we got back, we're we got all these talents, we can use them together to do something, and Villanco. And the collective started, and then the rest is history. Shoot, two mixtapes later, right?
So speaking of the collective, on your Instagram, you guys kind of describe yourself as Art Brand Music Collective. Oh, yeah. So what was first, the art or the music?
Definitely the art, because it started with me. It was just me and an iPad, and my mom telling me before I went off to college I need a little side hustle. So I was you know what, let's draw on this or something. And while doing that, kids used to tell me up at school, they're yo, you should put that on a T-shirt or something. I'd buy that. Side hustle. And before I knew it, I had the name, came back and told these guys about the idea. They're yo, once you have a name, we're for it. And this is before we even linked up for the music. They're already on board for Villanco from the beginning.
Okay.
And then later down the line, we found Dante went to school with actually Kyle and Zaire. And through that, he just was already on board. He's I like this. I want to help you guys out. And he's shoot. Come aboard, it's you, and that's that Villanco family type of thing started, and since then we've been working great and adding people all the time. It's just
right.
It's just been us 4, but we always do have more people that locally that we work with, and we can't definitely leave them out. Shout out to Corey Reed.
So where did you go to college?
I went to Nazareth College in Rochester.
Okay, yeah, I'm from Rochester myself.
Oh yeah,
so, yeah. So were your parents pissed when you dropped out of college to pursue your dream?
Man. So I kind of dropped it on them. Let's just say I came back in November and was I wasn't feeling it. It was a nice little semester ended. I'm just at home. I really. In hindsight of things, I don't think I've really gotten all that I've needed to really graduate from college and go on to the next step. I think I really need to take a step back and figure this out. And I had the conversation with my mom, and little did she know, it was really the conversation of me literally leaving school. But she's
right.
you need to definitely do what makes you happy and follow your dreams. And school isn't for everyone, not knowing that she was literally pulling me away. But and from that, like once it happened, and I told her and stuff, she was definitely pretty upset. But in like our family, we come from like, I mean, we got a great family, but I was one of the first kids that of the next generation to really like go like the distance in college, and luckily we have my sister now who's actually about to finish up, so she's taking the torch from me for that, and I'm back here trying to build something up with these guys now.
Now you guys got a pop-up shop coming.
Oh yeah,
November
Saturday.
11th. Saturday.
Yes, yeah, down at the Gear Factory. Shout out to the Print Hub. Shout out to Back Again Vintage and Revolution Art. They're the ones who were putting on the event, and so they were nice enough to invite us. So we're gonna go down and
that's not your first one. You guys had one at Urban Outfitters, right?
Yeah. Oh man,
And how'd that one go?
That one was quite a very, very nice surprise. We had no idea, like just getting back, like, yeah, we did the marketing and stuff, like, yeah, like, come see us. We're going to be down selling some T-shirts. We didn't think that anyone would show up. Ended up selling out. And
Wow.
Like, yeah, I couldn't even tell how many people came through. But it was quite a showing. And from that was what really made us realize, like, yo, we can probably like do something with this, especially since we got like some people in the community a little bit behind us. Like, why not? Like, we could definitely pave the way for some cool stuff in Syracuse, because like the art scene is like one of those things that it's always rise and fall, and especially like in the younger community. And I definitely want to bring it to a point where there's a lot more light shined on that, and like get more of the artistic kids. There's so much talent in Syracuse, so much art, like, and if we can somehow use what we're doing to kind of shine a light on that could be dope,
And what's your no, total, I get it. Like, it's, I think when I first saw your pop-up shop, I was like, that's cooler than Syracuse. Like, no offense, no offense to the city, but like,
love me some cues.
it's like I do too. I have a different like lens that I look at it, because I came from Pittsburgh, so, and I'm originally from Rochester, but like I came from a bigger city, and you see all these things like the big city, they get that stuff like 10 years before we do, and then I went to Rochester like visiting family, and I'm like, whoa, Rochester's really come up in like the past 10 years that I never even knew about. And then I was like, why doesn't Syracuse have any like speakeasy style bars? Or why doesn't Syracuse have pop-up shops? Or why don't we do this? And then I saw you guys. That's what first kind of caught my eye, because you reached out to me about another local show we're going to do, but you reached out to me for that. But I was already aware of you guys from seeing it on Instagram.
See, that was crazy to me.
So so like I think what you're doing is great, because like we need more of that stuff. Like, we don't have any of that like trendy cool stuff. My theory is this. I have a theory that all the cool stuff in New York, obviously let's subtract New York City, because that's its own planet. But like upstate New York and northern New York, it starts from Buffalo.
Absolutely.
Because they want to be Toronto. So they have Toronto envy. Rochester has Buffalo envy. Syracuse has Rochester envy.
Oh,
so
my
it's like,
gosh.
so it's like it starts from Buffalo and then slowly works its way over. So
I saw a little bit of that in Rochester. I can definitely attest to that.
Yeah.
Bills games every Sunday too, just now.
yeah, in Buffalo, and I think it's great that Buffalo's kind of on the come up again recently, because eventually it will catch up to us.
Right.
And we'll, and you do see a lot more. Like, I think it's really cool, like how older buildings are being restored here.
Oh yeah.
Turned into lofts, turned into offices. Even just in our little area here in Franklin Square.
Exactly.
These used to be all old factories. So
Why not turn one of these things into a nice little art studio? I
There
mean,
you
shout
go.
out to the Gear Factory. It's exactly what they've done. They've they've renovated that building. It's beautiful down there now, and I'm pretty sure there's still more work that's going to be happening down there. But like the stuff like that, like that's like a great story. Like that type of stuff should happen, I believe, at least a little bit more. Right?
it reminds me of like there's a painter. Well, he's a painter now, but he used to play for the Steelers. His name is Baron Batch.
Oh, yeah.
And he was a football player. He's a running back, and he got hurt. And him getting hurt was like the best thing that ever happened to him, because then it made him focus on his art.
Exactly.
So he retired from football and became. I have a painting in my office. He became an artist. But what he did back in the day, he would tiptoe the line of legal. Like he would do graffiti, and he got busted.
Oh.
But what he did that was really cool. I haven't seen anyone do this. He would paint pictures, and I'll show you the painting after. It's really cool. but he would paint pictures, and he would paint them on a canvas, and he would just leave it in the city, and he would tweet it and put it on Instagram where it was. So it'd be like on the corner of 5th and Franklin. See how long it takes someone to pick it up.
Yeah, exactly.
And every week, every day, he'd be like basically like just putting out free paintings.
See, like that type of stuff is cool.
Yeah.
Man. Like I've never. I mean, I would love to do something like that. I mean, we've got. I mean, I'm not gonna give away any names. Well, we've definitely got the sticker gang around here slapping little swirly Villanco stickers everywhere. So if you guys see one of those,
I love the character. What's his? Is it Villain? You said it was Villain Boy?
Yeah, we So we try and leave a little bit of space for like the development of Villanco. We definitely have the cool like characters and stuff, but I actually haven't made any cool names yet. Like we just like to call
you should
them
have people
Villain Boy.
name it. You should have a contest.
See, that's what I want to do. That's exactly what I want to see. Kobe did it. See, that's a great idea. Great idea.
Just let it go long enough so you have enough choices so they're not all like if they're bad.
Something to discard, like, oh, okay,
right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's such a good idea. Like, that would be something really, really cool that we could probably do.
I love the Stranger Things one you did. That was cool. And I love the Happy Halloween one with Eminem.
Yes.
That was cool.
We're almost actually done with Stranger Things. We just started that. That's our show
season
right
2?
now. Oh, man.
Oh, my daughter and I, real talk, she was looking for a costume. And my daughter's always had she's 11. She's always had like kind of weird costumes. And this year she's like, Daddy, I want to be Robin Hood. Okay?
That's
like,
cool.
all right, I'm going to support your creativity. So we go to the costume store. She gets the Robin Hood costume. She comes home, puts it on. She hates it. Absolutely hates it. She's like, oh, I look nothing like the girl on the cover. What? That's life. You never know. Like, that's going to happen a lot. So she's like, got to go back and get another costume. I'm like, oh my God, another $40 costume. So we go back to the store, and it's the Friday before Halloween.
Oh,
There's
boy.
like nothing left. But she said something that was really, for her age, I thought was really profound. She's like, you know what? I may need to be something that other people know, even if I don't know who it is. So I was like, wow. I'm like, that's a mature thing to say.
Right? Like,
So we're looking through the store, and I see 11, the 11 dress from Stranger Things. I'm like, holy cow, I'm like, I can't believe this is still here. She's like, well, I don't know who 11 is.
Oh,
and I'm like, well, you need to know who she is.
Perfect.
So we need to watch Stranger Things. And this is like the day season 2 dropped. So I'm like, great, I get to watch season 2. I don't have to wait.
Too,
I can
right?
watch it right now. She goes, well, I've never seen season 1. So I'm like, okay. So we gotta watch season 1.
That's a whole day's affair right there, man.
We watched season 1 and season 2 in the matter of a day and a half.
Oh my goodness.
Like my wife was so pissed.
Boy.
Good thing my wife was sick.
We could not do that.
We knocked out the last 2 episodes of season 1 and all of season 2 on one Sunday.
Oh my God.
It was
See,
like,
that's incredible.
that's the
actually.
laziest day ever. It's almost like so lazy it's actually impressive of how lazy it was.
I mean, I'd say that's pretty successful. If you ask me, we tried to watch this. When did we try to start this season? We tried to start the season the day it started. We literally started it like 2 days ago, just because. Like,
What episode are you on now?
oh man,
We have 2 left, so
Oh, so you saw the one. You saw the one because I'm not going to say it. I guarantee you, if I describe it by a question, you're going to know exactly what episode I'm talking about.
yeah.
So you already saw the episode that after you're like, what the hell was that episode doing in there for?
Yes. Okay.
Because everyone said that.
Yeah, everyone.
There's articles written about it.
I noticed
like,
it.
what were you guys thinking?
When I watched it, I was like, this is different.
Yeah. Like, wait a second.
Like, I mean, this is cool. It's like got those cool Stranger Things cliches in there, but
Where's
like,
Hopper? Where
Yeah,
the kids?
where's Hopper?
Where's anyone?
Are you gonna tell me that there's this impending just certain doom is just cleared away now? Oh, no spoilers though.
Yeah, no,
Excuse me. Sorry about that.
We didn't skirt. We didn't give any spoilers.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we've said it. We've gone there.
I was like, wait, I thought I was watching, like, remember that show Heroes?
Oh my!
You know, on NBC. I was like, I thought I was watching Heroes for a second. Like, let's find
NBC.
everybody. But no, it's a great show. It's a great show.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, we definitely can't wait to finish up these last couple like episodes. It's gonna be nuts.
So obviously you guys are tapped into pop culture
Oh,
because
yeah.
you're doing the Halloween stuff. You did the Stranger Things stuff. What's the one thing that you have, big picture, you haven't done yet? That's 5 years away. what's the one thing that's like 5 years away and you truly know you've made it? Like, from a radio guy, I remember when I went to Pittsburgh, I went to a Penguins game. A friend of mine, or two friends of mine, who were on a morning show there in Pittsburgh for another iHeart station, they had their faces on the jumbo screen at the hockey game. And they didn't even have their names. But everyone knew who they were. And in my mind, I'm like, damn, that's making
that
it.
is actually pretty crazy.
So
Yeah,
what's that moment, or what's that step for you guys to know, damn, we've made it. We've arrived.
Oh, man.
I would say seeing the whole city wearing our clothes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like something like that. Like every time like someone, it's not very often, every once in a while, like someone would come through like, yo, I saw like so and so like with your stuff on, like that's dope, like that is getting out there. And it's like, oh, you did? I didn't even notice that they bought something. Like there's something like that. So like, yeah, it's always like crazy whenever we do see somebody wearing something that's amazing. Like we like love all of our support, and everybody that buys a T-shirt is of course part of the fam and stuff. But like if we could get all the Syracuse wearing like some Villanco stuff, man, that would be on another level, man. Especially like even from like a music standpoint, like even listening to our music, like if we ever were able to get some guys, like some good DJs to spin some of our records at like, I don't even care if it's somebody's
What are you trying to say, man? DJs. I spin in the clubs too, man. I do wiki and I do on the microphone.
Oh man, hey, what we gotta do to get you to spin that Persian track?
Man, I need to do better marketing myself. You didn't know I was.
Hey, let me know. I mean, that Villain Kid does a lot of great logos for the low price. Just know that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
that's
like
great.
just stuff like that. Like just like the community support. That's when we'll know like we're at a really good spot. Like when we have everybody like on board.
So your Instagram has just over 4,000 followers, like 4,200. When did that like pop off? Like when was has that been a slow grind? You've been working for a long time, or like
Very
was
slow.
it? Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I couldn't even to the point like messaging, commenting on people's pictures that somewhat have some sort of like hashtag is us, like
Right.
somebody that likes clothing, like hey, we make clothes, you should check us out or something like that. Doing that for the last 5 years can drive you to the brink of insanity, but you know it's all for the betterment of like what you're trying to do. So for the last like since we were in Rochester, like we've been dropping T-shirts and stuff, and every time we did, we always had like a nice little show. And we'd at one point it was pretty funny how I was like it was just me up at school at one point and had a box of T-shirts, just me, just literally at lunchtime, like somebody like, yo, you bring a T-shirt here and I got your money. It is like that type of like like a little smooth like transaction, like that type of stuff. So like from that to like going to like the website and stuff like that,
Right.
and then people like buying from there and things like that is like totally different. Like and it's like a better. I don't know. It kind of showed a little bit more of like a officialness, you know, like.
Do you guys have like a connection like to the college at all? Like any of the football players or the basketball players or?
So I came out of Skinny Atlas and I played football and loved football and wanted to play football in college. Skinny Atlas does not have football. Ran track.
Right.
Yeah. We didn't really, in terms of like the art program and stuff like that, they didn't really recognize the fact that I was doing Villanco. It was at such a small point where I just had like a few like logos that were like, oh, you have a clothing brand? One time where actually my art director said, oh, I don't wear brands, as a matter of fact. Like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll be home in the winter working on Villanco. And but like it wasn't anything negative from them ever. It was more or less something that just made me a little bit more hungry to make them notice the
Right.
fact that I had something like that, you know. And that was more or less really why I went home and stuff like that. I think we all really have something to prove right now too, and that's what keeps us inside and making beats in our rooms at like 2 a.m. but yeah, it's a lot of drive that comes from just just being overlooked and stuff like that in the past.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not the smartest kid. We're not like, I mean, I never had like the greatest like grades or anything, but I've always known art. I've always been good with a pencil. Kyle's always been good with singing. Dante's always been good at rapping. Zaire, this kid actually taught me how to make beats. I mean, like,
Oh, really?
Left Prism. Yeah, this kid actually is the mastermind. He's the youngest.
So what do you use?
I use Ableton Live. Actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, a lot of DJs use that, the producers and stuff
Right?
like
It's,
that. Yeah.
it's great for everything.
The way this kid talks to me, he was like, you need to use these types
Yeah.
of programs if you want to
Well,
be.
you know what's unique about you guys is I think I'm going through my own like social media epiphany. In the past like 3 weeks to a month, and I'm all about pushing out content. And I think you guys are unique because you have like 3 areas of value you can give. Like you have music, you have fashion, you have art. So like you have arts and entertainment like wrapped up in what your brand stands for.
Oh, yeah.
So like you could like just massively contact people. Like if it's rappers, like send, hey man, I would love to make you beats. I don't know if you guys DM like other rappers, but like if you see a rapper on Instagram who's popping off, like, bro, you know what? I got some beats. Check out my stuff on Spotify or check out my stuff on SoundCloud. I can give you some free beats if you want to use them. And then vice versa, you can do the same thing with like your clothing line. If you see like one of the guys that plays basketball or football at Cuse, man, I got this clothing line. We're making some noise, got some pop-up shops. I'd love to send you some free shirts if you want to rock one.
That's
awesome.
very true.
And then
SU
same thing with like
basketball
graphic
players,
design.
what's up?
You guys got like 3 different areas locked down where one guy, some people are lucky to have one. So like, you guys got 3. So like, I think if you guys go after all of those things, eventually it's about putting that hook in the water, right?
Absolutely.
The more times you cast out, eventually you get that big fish.
Eventually, and that's what really we looking forward to. It don't really matter if we get it now or a few years down the line. It's just really what that in between, like to the point where we just dropped our second album or our second mixtape, and we're looking back at the first, like I want to listen to this one.
Right.
We don't forget about like where we like came from and stuff, and I feel like that's like real like crucial to development and getting someplace. Just being able to appreciate the pain. Like of going and grinding through it,
Yep.
And I think that's something that we have a leg up on in some areas because I mean you didn't beat us down, but we keep going, Shoot, if you didn't like the last track, well, all right, we got a new song dropping Friday,
Right. So all the beats on your Instagram, like the Chill Tuesday, those are, you've made those?
I every once in a while I'll feature myself, but I wanted to kind of use that as like a way to kind of shed some lights on some of the subgenres that are on SoundCloud that I think are really, really cool.
Right.
And that, like, I mean, it's more or less, Chill Tuesday is really a personal thing. I actually thoroughly enjoy waking up at 6 a.m. and making those. But really it is, if I listen to an artist on SoundCloud that I feel like needs a lot more like traffic than what he's getting, I'll do what I can. Like Syracuse, listen to this nice little track. It's chill and I mean it won't negatively harm your day.
Right.
Like why not? But yeah, we definitely. We really just market ourselves anyway. So like every once in a while we'll just do the Chill Tuesday, but most of the time if we've got something new, it's gonna be like its own little like thing, and we'll market it like have its own like little campaign,
Awesome.
But, yeah.
So it's all about the pop-up shop
It's all about the pop-up
on
shop.
Saturday,
Oh,
Gear
yeah,
Factory.
man.
What time does it start?
It starts at 6, and I'm pretty sure it ends around 10.
Awesome. You got brand new merchandise? Man, you got 300 likes on that already.
Oh, right? Like,
Nice.
Even like the views with the stories and stuff. Like I've been trying to really keep that real periodic and pumping those out, and then like checking on those views, seeing like how many people are really engaging with it, and it's been pretty solid. Social media is such an odd platform, it's so brand new. It's like you really can't. It's hard to really track your success. It's like you're just looking at numbers. And it's like, I guess if this number's bigger than the one yesterday, I'm doing all right. Like, you
Right.
know, and I guess in that sort of standpoint, that's how we really like track it and stuff like that. And always trying to engage with people in this city, especially right now, because we did a lot of like around the world like type of stuff. Like we sell a lot of stuff in like California and stuff. We shipped a few things out there. Every once in a while, somebody will actually just message us online like, "Hey, can we get a T-shirt or blah blah blah." I mean, obviously, every time like Villanco.com, you know, like there is a website which I'm noticing isn't on here right now. Oh, it is, but it's not.
Oh, that's right. You can. I forgot. You can see it. You can see what I pulled up.
but yeah, most of the time people will just send us a picture of something that we already posted. Because I mean, in between the content and then the actual clothes, it's like you almost like have to kind of like look. But I mean, I wanted to make it so like it's fun to look through this thing, you know.
It's a full-time job though, man.
Yeah.
It's like it's the one thing I've noticed is like just on my own because like I've been on Instagram for a while, but like for the longest time, my profile was private.
Oh yeah,
and I'm just like, you know, I was like, oh man, that was an L because like you know that's 3 or 4 years gone.
But like
why would a DJ be private when I'm like on the radio every day? So you know, ever since I changed that, like I've been up in my hashtag game and like doing more content. Like I've noticed like
it's crucial.
You know, it's coming up. Like but it's time consuming, dude. It's crazy.
It is. Time management is very essential, and I tell you, I mean, the fact that we are in like we actually will take certain times and group together and talk to each other and see what's like cool and stuff like that. We have like little meetings like daily, so it kind of makes it so like we already know what we're going to do. Things are already planned like days ahead.
Like your likes, dude. Like this one right here, 1,000 likes.
Yeah, man.
Like if you look at if you look at it, you got
that was
40.
Actually nuts.
Right, you got 4,600 followers.
Yes, sir.
You got 1,100 likes.
Yeah.
That's literally like 25% of your followers.
Which does
like
not happen. Like, I can attest, like it just does not. Like that ratio thing is huge. Not like we really focus on it, but it's definitely something that you should if you really want to be like a social media person. And once again, like those engagements, man, those are huge,
right.
man. If you can engage like tons of people just off of one post and a hashtag, you know, and always looking for new people, you know, groups and like I'm part of a few like Facebook pages that are like little artist communities and stuff like that. So like like if a artist or something is pushing something, like they have the whole community of people who probably already follow that person anyway and like will support on that. So like there's things like that in the world. Like we aren't in too many of those, but I mean like stuff like that, there's definitely a way of growing your social media like outreach without like doing any strenuous stuff. Like I mean there's definitely the agencies and stuff that'll help you with that, but like you really gotta grind it out, man. That 5 years that's been crazy and counting, you know.
Yeah, no, it's a grind, definitely, man. No, I'm glad you guys had a chance to come in. I'm glad we had a chance to sit down and talk about the music and talk about the clothing and you know, I know we got other things in the works.
Oh yeah,
that I'm excited to talk about, and you know when it comes to that. But check them out Saturday at the Gear Factory.
Saturday.
Pop-up shop.
Villanco pop-up shop.
Get yourself some Villanco swag.
And follow Villanco on all social medias at Villanco and at Villanco _ for Twitter.